But let me go to Hip Hop 50 because that's where shit was lit. Now, oh man, where do I even begin with this? I'm gonna begin with shout out to fucking hip hop.
What's that,
That's just on period. Shout out to hip hop. It's been with me my whole life. Shout out to my mom for introducing me to this world that I still live in, very, very much so. And I'm not a casual listener, as most people know. Music I play and things like that, it is not always gonna be the major hits, but I like how they had this set up. So where did I begin? I mean, I was here. I had to go. I had to drop my girl off. Shout out to you, baby. Had to drop her off, and then I went to pick my mom up. I'm like, I don't mind driving. I like driving, so I'm like, let's roll up. And my mom just took a flight up here. I don't want to put extra stress on her. I know she would never look at it that way, but that's how I thought about it in my head. So I'm like, I'll drive. It's fine. So roll up. Actually, it wasn't even much far as I thought it was gonna be. Shout out to just engineering and the construction of roads. Like once upon a time is when this wasn't that easy before, but literally we could take the turnpike all the way up to the bridge and be right there without even hitting like real side streets. Like it was one of the most simplest adventures, simplest drives that I've ever taken. So we roll up there. You know, this is in the Bronx. This is at Yankee freaking Stadium.
bitch?
Somehow that fit. This is at Yankee Stadium. Now, I know we have a very racist country, but Yankee Stadium, 27 rings, bro. Like this, it's a moment. It's a moment, and I like that and it's in the Bronx, where hip hop, quote unquote, started. If you talk to Cypher Sounds, hip hop started in the Bronx. For all intents and purposes, that's where we know it. That's where we know it from. Yes, I'm sure people had plenty of different ideas. I'm sure there were DJs around. I'm sure there were parties being thrown. I'm sure people were breakdancing. I'm sure graffiti was around. 70s, you know, this is 73 that it started, but I'm sure maybe 3 years before that, who knows. However, we have a document that DJ Kool Herc and his sister Cindy Campbell threw the first hip hop party. Matter of fact, let me pull up the actual. I gotta love having a phone. Things are so much easier with the thumbs than my whole hand. So let's see, hip hop 1973. And I already told you 11 is a big freaking deal. I already told y'all I wanted to be in New York regardless. I didn't know how it was gonna be, if I was gonna get a room or whatever the case is. I just wanted to be there. And I was there, and my mom was gonna be here that weekend. So I thought to myself, I'm like, it just kind of stumbled. I stumbled across it. I don't even know how I found it. I was just like, oh, they having a celebration on the day at Yankee Stadium. I'm looking at tickets. I'm like, this ain't that bad. Like, you know, you might have decent seats for this. And I was like, to mom, like, you want to go? She's like, yeah, I thought I sent that to you. I was like, I don't recall. But as we've discovered, maybe I don't see all my messages in my DMs. But you know, she was down, I was down. Let's do it. And I know a lot of people could be more heartwarming than I am, but in the back of my mind, I looked at it as a bonding experience. Like, of course, I thought about my girl coming, but she knows this. Like, you know, and she already called me a silver fox, which is kind of fucked up. But but I appreciate the sentiment. I got 2 grades, y'all. Don't do that. Yeah, like, you know, my girl has my girl's thing is movies. Like movies, she knows movies. She watches every damn thing. She is sharp with that. Music, so, you know, casual. She hear it. You know, we have a little bit of a gap. But you know, this is my heart. This is my mom is always a hip hop head, so like it just felt right to for it to be us. And but like I was saying, there's a document. You know, there's a back to school flyer. Everything is handwritten at this point, but I'm reading the flyer now. DJ Cool Herc Party. Got to put your name on it. Back to school jam, 1520 Cedric Ave, Rec Room, August 11th, 1973, 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. because New York don't sleep, even back then. Admission, 25 cents for the ladies. Again, 25 cents a quarter for the ladies. 50 cents for the fellas. 2 quarters for the fellas. At least the ladies paid something. Now we just want them in free. Given by Cool Herc, special guest Coco, Cindy C, Clark K, and Timmy T. I think that's what that says. School's still out. So that was a document, and it happened. And I think we have something to pull from. It was like, okay, we've established a date, August 11th, 1973. It is now, as I'm attending the concert, August 11th, 2023. It's been 50 freaking years. And we talked about it last week of and actually maybe I'll break that video up. We talked about last week of just like our best hip hop moments, 50 years, what we've seen, and we've seen a lot, man. We've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. We've really seen a lot. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna just list the people that were there. And this is in no order, and I very, 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 very well could be missing somebody. But I'm gonna let you know, me and my mom sat there, and I feel like there could be a meme for just how we felt. Like, I think mind blown every 5 minutes is how we were. Like, we were kids. And listen, they brought on the stage, not in particular order, Lil Wayne, KRS-One, The Teacher, South Bronx, Fat Joe, Ashanti, Ice Cube, Corey freaking Guns. Y'all may not even know the name, the casuals out there, but if y'all know, that means a fucking lot. He's from the Bronx. He was with Lil Wayne early. He's supposed to sign in the Cannon first, but he said, I'm gonna go with Lil Wayne. They came out with Lil Wayne came out a million. There's like 15 different versions of that song. The first remix is with Corey Guns, and that from that on, we like, yo, damn, we want you to get your spotlight. And I think that talk got him on 6 foot, 7 foot when Wayne came back out, and it was a real feature. Lil Wayne did 6 foot, 7 foot, and brought out Corey Guns, and I was like, literally everything that I didn't think was gonna happen happened that night. So like I said, Lil Wayne, KRS-One, Fat Joe, Ashanti, Ice Cube, Corey Guns, Melly Mel with his muscles, Ghostface Killer brings out Inspector Deck, of course, because he rap every damn thing first. And then we see Method Man come out, and that might have had like the third highest applause because nobody expected to see him. Like, Method Man is a sex symbol. People love him. He's in power. He's on Men's Health magazine. Like, but it's the Wu, and the Wu always comes through. He also brought Capadonna out. Trina, Remy Ma, Cameron, Lil Kim, DJ Clark Kent, love DJ Clark Kent, Lupe Fiasco, love Lupe, DJ Active, Marley Marl, Peter Guns, Corey Guns' father. We're going to talk about that later. T.I., Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh. We are also going to talk about that later. EPMD, Too Short, Scarlip, DJ Hollywood, Lola Brooke, Wiz Khalifa, Cool G Rap. Nas brought out Cool G Rap. Respect. Nas, Lauryn Hill. Did I say Lauryn Hill already? If I did, I apologize. There's a lot of fucking people. Nas, Lauryn Hill, King Combs, Lil C's, Run DMC, Kool Moe Dee, MC Shan. Some people still like MC Shan. Manny Fresh, Flo Milli, and I thought that was her, but I just not so familiar with her work. But I'm like, I think that's Flo Milli. A Boogie with the Hoodie, Derek motherfucking Jeter, the captain himself showed up on that stage, and Snoop Doggy Dogg. I know I'm missing somebody. I know I'm missing quite, like, literally everybody. Flavor Flav was in the background. Jermaine Dupri introduced Run DMC just walking out real quick. Like, and my mom kept saying it, and she wasn't wrong. Like, who doesn't want to be a part of this? Who doesn't want to be a part of it? I feel like that's what was showing. Who doesn't want to be a part of this? And I think if they was able, you can't get everybody, of course. Like I would have loved to see De La Soul or try Q-Tip. You know what's funny though? Like being in New York, you just want to see New York artists. That's New York bias, but it just we in Yankee Stadium, like it is hip hop, and I'm very happy that they introduced an Ice Cube, a Trina, a Ti. I don't know if it's a Ti, like Snoop Dogg. Like everybody wasn't from New York, but they made an impact, and you know people went off when Ti came, like 24s, and like people was going off when Ti came through. I think he had something to prove because of the whole, back when versus was a thing. I don't know if I ever get another one, but he wanted to battle 50 Cent, and there was a lot of talk between that, like 50 would kill him, but it was a lot of New York vibes with 50. Does 50 have the reigns that a Ti does? We don't know, but Ti was going through them things. So let me start from the beginning. So we roll up there. Look look for a park in New York because how much does it cost to pay to park in a garage? $42 damn. I already paid that much in toll probably going up here. It's ridiculous. So we pull up past the stadium. Like, all right, let's try to find the park. And luckily, I got lucky and like 2-3 blocks, whatever. Somebody was moving and was able to park there on Jerome Ave. And then walk to the spot. It's like 4:25. Doors open at 4:30. We there bright and early. Like this is crazy. So, and then some guy in line. It was. I don't know why people got to be weird. Like my mom is friendly, like I am too. Well, am I that friendly? I don't know. We could talk to people. We're communicable. We could talk to people, strangers, whatever. So my mom, she's a blueprint. She talking to people in front. She's like, hey, when they letting people inside or like blah, blah, or is this the right line to be in? And this white guy was like, I work here, but I just said, I got to get a ticket. I'm like, I'm already not listening to you because now this is went somewhere else. If you fucking work here, you should not be in line with us. Your story's not adding up. It's weird. I don't think he didn't even have a ticket and he didn't even have whatever in line that he needed. So I don't know if he ever got in, but whatever. Bypass him. We finally make it aside. There's a little prop for Google Pixel because they're sponsoring this thing. Mass Appeal too. Let me not get that wrong. Mass Appeal was sponsoring this. They're actually streaming this on YouTube that I was unaware about. But I was looking at the camera angles. I'm like, oh, ain't no way they're not streaming this. Like it feels like they're streaming this, and they streamed every bit of time. It was an 8-hour, 9-hour concert. Well, let me not say every bit because I did watch back of it because I'm a nerd and I'm a super consumer. I watched back a lot of that playback after we got back, and they skipped a lot of shit. And the sound was to be desired. It's a stadium. It wasn't until it got like fully packed that like the sound kind of got better because it's more people were soaking up that sound and not bouncing off the walls. But the sound on the YouTube was atrocious. So Google Pixel, they got this thing set up, where you like wear the crown and sit in this throne. We take that picture, blah blah. Shout out to Androids because it's just better, and my mom knows why. But we leave there, look around, see where we at. We on the front. We on the first level. I've never been to Yankee Stadium. What? I never knew. I never realized that I'd never been to Yankee Stadium. I'm not a big baseball person, period. But Yankee Stadium is Yankee Stadium. But I don't think I've ever been there unless my grandfather took me at some point in life. I just don't remember being there. So we in there. It's looking beautiful. A lot of HIPHOP50 merchandise everywhere. We're looking at the food and the Asian price. What was it? Benihana. Benihana wasn't even that like atrocious. Like it wasn't even that expensive. It was like, okay, we might be able to do that. But I'm like, let's keep walking. But I'm like, you know what? I'm just feeling so New York. Give me the glizzy. Give me that Nathan Glizzy. Pause or whatever. I actually said it in a rap line. I'm pretty good sometimes. Give me the glizzy, Nathan's, because that's the only thing we acknowledge. Ballpark maybe, but Nathan's that's king. And they had like a super long glizzy, pause, but I got that. And well, my mom got that because my mom was holding it down. She was holding it. I got these tickets. She's like, I get you Get you some food. I appreciate it. So thank you if I didn't say thank you. So I got the glizzy. I got what do they have? The Old Bay fries, the chicken and peas fries. I don't need too much chicken and peas. Like I like fries regardless, but doing a little that little sazon, that little Old Bay did a little thing. So had that. Then I'm like, all right, let's go sit down. They didn't sell the beer there, so I'll get a beer later. I spent my $20 on one beer later, and $7 for fucking water. $7 for water. I bought it because we need it. It's hot. $7 crazy. So we go there to sit down. I will say as smooth and low key professional as this was. The most unprofessional thing was there was no real seat attendance. Like there was one guy like on a different section. Nobody was ever in our section. There's one guy in a different section, and I was just really, I got OCD. I be a little in my head, and like I'm looking at these tickets, and like I feel like I saw it online what it looked like, but online looks different from being there. Like I know there's floor seating, and I know there's benches, and in the stands and the bleachers, but I know we're on the first row, but but mine said field section 114, and I'm like, is there a different section? Am I in the right one? Because really I was asking all that because I'm like, our seats were, to me, they were so good that it felt too good to be true. Because I'm just like, yeah, being on the floor would be nice, but it's level, and I mean, anybody is taller than me, which is not that hard to do, it's gonna be a hard time. Seeing. So being elevated was nice. Only problem was like there was, it was still in a baseball stadium. There's still nets around, and there were nets like right in our way. Like you could see through, the most of it, but like the top line, it was kind of thick, and it just happened to be like right in the vision of some of the artists. So like anytime you see me put my video up, I had to like hop over, my arm over the damn line just to get the people if I'm zooming in. But shout out to that 10x zoom. It was holding me down all day. Shout out to the monitors. Like I said, even from what I did this, I'm like, I don't really care about being super close. I just want to be there. I'm going to feel the music. It's going to be a vibe. And that's what it was. So we sat down. Oh, most important part, because I don't even think this would even go the way it went if it wasn't for these sweet, pristine, soft, my love is so soft, cushion seats that the Yankee Stadium has. I don't know if they always have that. I've never been there before. But I've been to a stadium or two. Philadelphia, we don't get no cushion on them seats. These had cushion on the seats, and it just made everything so like, so buttery, so crispy. Like I said, we got there at 4:30. There might have been people on stage at 5 o'clock. Like it says 6 o'clock on the actual flyer, but there might have been people on stage at 5 because I think we missed 2 people, and I think we missed Battle Cat and Chuck Chill Out, and Clark Kent was later. Like we saw Manny Fresh and Marley Marl. Just warming it up with with the crowd, which has to be a hard job, man. Like your ego really got to be put aside because the darker it get, the later it get, more people gonna be here. It's gonna be more fun. Like Trina had a good output. Like Remy Ma had a good amount of people outside, like for it to really feel like a performance. Like these MC Shan was performing for like 5 people. Melly Mel and they kind of turned it up to be for real. Melly Mel and Scorpio, those are the first like people on stage that really got people like excited and like they was really in cohesion. Grandmaster Caz and all that stuff. I don't know if I said him. But yeah, man, we sitting down, we chilling, vibing out. I'm still double checking. I'm still paranoid, so I'm talking to people behind me. I'm like, yo, we y'all tickets the same way? Like, yes, I thought the same thing. I was tripping. Like, all right, so we good then, because eventually, what do you call it? Squatters just started coming down and they was coming down from deep, and they were just sitting there, and I was big elitist in my head because it was loud ass bitches, bitch, loud, and they listen when you annoy me, you are a bitch, bitch. There was some loud, funky women behind me. I don't care that they were big. They were just fucking loud. And I think the reason I was more annoyed because Lupe was coming on, and I'm a Lupe fan. He's in my top 5 favorite artists. Like, I love Lupe, and and I love his humbleness because he knows, like, yo, I'm in New York. I'm from Chicago. I'm not even the biggest Chicago artist. Like, people are not here for me. Like, there in our world, they were. People was rapping along, doing everything, and in my head, I told myself, okay, the way this is going, people are getting 2, 3 songs. These earlier acts, he probably got 3 songs, and I can name them, and he played them because I'm just like. And I told my mom, like, we love Lupe. People that love Lupe, we don't love him for his commercial hits. A lot of people that love rappers don't love them for their commercial stuff. When I say Fab, I'm not thinking about his commercial stuff. Fabulous should have been there, by the way. But so I'm like, all right, you gonna open up a Kick Push. That's hip hop. It's your most known song probably. And then in my head, I'm like, you're probably gonna do Hip Hop Save My Life because it makes sense. It is the day, so it makes sense. He plays that, and then I'm like, all right, if he got one more, it's probably gonna be Superstar, and he plays Superstar, and he was doing his thing. He was in and out. He was real humble. Shout out New York, all that kind of stuff, whatever. Booked it off stage, and like, I can't even go in order from what all I saw, but he did that thing, and for the most part, I was content. I'm like, I was happy. I was vibing out. We was chilling. My mom was dancing. I was dancing, and talking to people next to us, whatever, cause whatever. And I'm like, all right, who's next? It was really no long intermissions. It might have been 5 minutes at max, and I'm saying, like, maybe 5 minutes. Like, it was really not a lot of intermissions, which I really, really freaking loved. They just kept moving. And that made it for a better show. Curtis Blow was early. He was doing his I Rule the World and all kind of stuff. And looking at him, granted, listen, hip hop 50 years old. These people might have been 18, 19, 20 when they started or whatever. So they a little old, they a little up there. He was over here dancing, and I was like, yo, I'm happy I saw the recap or the stream after the fact because they got a good zoom in on him, and his dancing was one of the most funniest things I've seen. Him trying to move and be quick. I'm like, this ain't you no more, dog. That day, those days is over. EPMD came out. Like I said, audio was to be desired. They did a good job. It was just nice seeing people together. I'm literally just scrolling through my videos to see if see where we at. Sick Rick came. Okay, so let's go there. So EPMD came out, and then I think Dougie Fresh was after that. Excuse me, Dougie Fresh, yes. And I'm like, I'm a Dougie Fresh fan. I'm a fan of them. Dougie Fresh, Slick Rick, the show, Lottie Dottie, Weekend Apart. Like, those were staples, and probably from my mom, my aunt, like, them playing it. That is a vibe. So I'm like, okay, we there. Slick Dougie Fresh comes on first, and I was like, okay, I like this. He again, another person that wasn't on the actual flyer, which I love. I love surprises, and it was full of it. He wasn't on the flyers, and he was up there doing his Dougie, and he looked good, man. It's Harlem, it's Manhattan, like, he always looking fresh and looking dapper. And he does a little set, a couple songs. And then he's like, introducing Slick Rick. Brings out Slick Rick is coming out. Slick Rick got a big ass Africa chain, medallion. The jewelry is his thing. He still got some arms, but he got that big ass shirt. He probably covered up some gut. But people's old got his eye patch, all that kind of stuff. Kango, of course. But the oddest thing happened. He comes out with the show. I think that was the first song he played was the show. Matter of fact, let me see if I can play a little bit here. I make sure I'm not completely off. I'm pretty sure he came out with the show. Oh no, he came out with Hey Young World. You see my mom in the background? I love it. He might have came out with Hey Young World. But then he gets to, the show, and I'm like, yo, why is, like, even when he introduced him, like, Dougie Fresh just walked off, and, like, if y'all know who Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick is, it's Batman and Robin. Put it like that. Dougie Fresh walks off and like doesn't dap him, nothing like that. So I'm like, what's going on? This is weird. Like they got problems. They got what's going on. My mom was like, they got beef. I'm like, they got beef because like I'm looking. Cause now we just examining the routine. Slick Rick had a couple lines that said Dougie Fresh, and he's like, excuse me, Dougie Fresh, yes, and he's rapping to nobody. Nobody's on the side of him. Dougie's off the stage. I'm like, okay, there's something going on. Now I would say I'm still on that side, but later in the evening, Snoop Dogg is there, and he brings out Dougie Fresh. He's doing Lottie Dottie, his version of it, and then like halfway through, Slick Rick comes out, big applause. Dougie Fresh is on stage, like everybody's together. But they, even after that, Dougie did a long ass beatbox, which was probably like on some Guinness Guinness Book of World Records. The way that he did the beat, like he's a beatbox king, and he made it be known because it might have been like 5 minutes that he was just rocking it with just a beatbox solo, which could have been spiteful. And more I look at it, could have been spiteful towards Slick Rick, like, shut up, Slick. This is me. I'm out here. And Slick was like, go Dougie, which could have been spiteful. Like, I don't know what's going on because at the end of it, Dougie Fresh hugged Snoop Dogg, and then I think Slick Rick was waiting a little bit, and he just walked off stage. Like, something's going on. There might be some beef. I looked further, and it feels like maybe Dougie Fresh, he says like he's the first one to own his own masters, so I'm just throwing it out there that maybe there's some kind of contract, something with Slick Rick that maybe he's not getting what he's owed, whatever. I don't know. I'm making shit up because he never really addressed it. He talked to Jalen Rose way back when, maybe a year ago, saying that, we was young, we was 17, a lot of egos and check. We got different trajectories and, they're getting away, made mistakes, blah, blah. It was very, like, corporate. But forget all that. Slick Rick does a couple songs. He's not really rapping all his joints because I think he's just out of breath. And that's what I loved about this too, is like there was not a lot of, they call them TV tracks. There was not a lot of rapping over words. It was a lot of Jadakiss energy. Like, I'm going to rap this song. I know this song. And some of them didn't. Some of them lost the lyrics. Some of them slipped up. Some of them got out of breath. They just wasn't ready for it. But when I tell you this stadium was packed, like, it didn't look that bad before. It's like, my mom was like, maybe they could have did the Barclays. Like, they don't need all this arena. They did. They fucking did. Every shit was like, at some point in time, maybe when Remy was there, everything was looking crazy. Yeah, shout out my man Damien too. My grade school classmate. He was out there too, and he was like, "Damn, we should link up." I'm like, I didn't know you was here, but and our seats were better than you, so I wasn't gonna link up with you there. But no shade, but it's fun. And shout out the guy behind me, yo. He was a great time. Just rapping along. And people pulled up by themselves, which I appreciated. Like, yo, I don't care what y'all doing. It's $130 for these tickets. Like, I'm going. I don't care where y'all at. I'm going. Yeah, Remy came on stage, and I feel like she cut her set short. Trina came after her. I've never been a big Trina fan. I just never have been a big Trina fan. And Trina got a lot of time, and I was like, this is weird. Why was Remy cut so short? She got a lot more to do. Fast forward, Fat Joe gets on stage later. Remy's out there with him. I'm like, okay, you probably gonna get some more time. You probably like, hey, girl, do your thing. I'll be back. I'm just thumbing through these things now. Ooh, the first. Now, I've been trying to rank the round of applause and the hypeness when people come out. Lola Brooke came out, and if y'all know who Lola Brooke is, she don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. Stay all day with it. Spend all day in it. Just laying it. That's my haters don't play with it. Give me beso, extendo, bye, and they're bringing like a prano, pop, pop, pop. And like, she's like 4 foot. She's so small, but she's so professional. People are grooming her to become the next thing. Tiana Taylor doing her video treatments at the award shows. People like her, and it's looking that way. And she just jumped on like after Trina, because the only person that didn't show up on this flyer was Eve. And granted, Eve might be in London, she might be overseas. I think it would have went crazy if she came And man, that was disappointing that she wasn't there. Because it did say the Queens of Hip Hop set, which I guess got changed with Lil Kim, Remy Ma, Trina, and I guess they just threw Lola Brooke on there for 2 seconds. Where she did one song, it got people hyped, got the energy right, and then they kept it moving. And then we get to freaking Lil Kim, yo, Queen B. Listen,
Hey, don't rub on that. You block that.
Queen B. Now this was the real first celebrity, like, boom, we got Queen B in the building. She didn't say a lot of her words, period, but she didn't say a word for like first 5 minutes. She just stood there like Michael Jackson, sat there, great, amazing outfit, star-studded, Gucci, looking good, And I was just watching Crush on You the other day. I know you see me on the radio, true. I was watching that video the other day, and I'm like, damn, she was beautiful. She's the one person that where I guess she had to do a lot of changing faces, and we were shitting on her for a long time. She's finally figured out her plastic surgery to a degree. She definitely doesn't look the same, but early Lil Kim was fine, and I really wish people were in her ear telling her that. I wish she wasn't so in her head about how she looked, so insecure about how she looked. She was beautiful. She was freaking beautiful. Now she still looks okay. Like she looked good. Coming out there, like I said, she looked like $1 million. Outfit was on 1,000 trillion. Red high boots, sparkly blouse, and it was Gucci jacket. My mom kept making comments of like, why they got so many clothes on? Why they got so much clothes on? And I'm like, I feel you. I feel like every damn near every show ever is like that, where they got extra clothes on for no reason. I don't know what that backstage feel like. I don't know what it feel like up there. You performing, you running around, you would think you're gonna be sweaty and hot, but I think people just want to see have that shit on. And people that love fall weather, no, that's where you really get to dress. Summer, you don't really get to flex like that. Fall, winter is when you really could show how you dress. And I think that's just like a staple for some people. But Lil Kim came up there. She brought Lil C's. She played Benjamins, of course. But listen, she was amazing. And you know what? I was content. I was after that. I was like, I'm fine. I don't care. I don't know what else is there. I saw the list of people. For whatever reason, it just didn't fathom me. I was just like, my expectations were still low on the ground. I'm like, yo, just wait. And maybe it was like me being jaded. I was like, there's no way all these people are going to be here. Run DMC, Snoop Dogg, Lil Wayne, Ice Cube, Fat Joe, Lil Kim, Lupe, Slick Rick. I'm like, there's no way. Ghostface, there's no way all these people are going to be here. Everybody was there. When Lil C's came out, that was a little moment. But we was going hard. Like Lil Kim, she's a GOAT in her own right. She's a GOAT. Whether Biggie wrote lines at some point in her life, it doesn't matter. She's a GOAT in New York. She could be good wherever she's at in New York. And so are Lil C's. And shout out to his hairline, because he actually had a real one. But yeah, Lil Kim and she did a good number of songs. Like, I was very content. And then T.I. came. Rubber Band Man. Wow, this is a Taliban. He came up to top back, and I was like, yes, this is prime for me. This is 06 right now. And let my beat down low, down low, down low, down low, down low, down low, and let my top lay back. He was doing it. And he was he also had a lot of clothes on, but he was doing it, hair and everything. He's still in his comedy bag, I guess. But people showed up for T.I. It was impressive. And then Havoc came. Mobb Deep. Rapping Prodigy's verse. Rest in peace to Prodigy. Take your dick and your nose bone. In the streets, cousin. Close to. But they never come close to. I can see it inside your face. Yeah. No, Havoc was doing his damn thing. Good hype man. And then Cameron came. I forgot Cameron. Cameron came through, whole jumpsuit on by himself, and I appreciate people that just stay by themselves on the stage, like no entourage, no hype man. It's me, Killer, and he did what the appropriate songs, and maybe he did what he came out to Killer Cam. He did Suck It or Not. He did damn. He did. I wish he did What Means the World to You. He did. I Really Mean It. He did his part on Dipset Anthem. Like he got through what needed to get through, and it was appreciated. Kim. Did Down and Out. It was a good time. He played what he was supposed to play. He was in and out. And let me go back to Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim, was playing Crush on You, and then she remixed it, and she sampled that into the Can't Stop Won't Stop with King Combs. My mom loved King Combs, by the way. It's not a bad thing. He's a good guy. He looked just like his father, Puff. But he came out shaking, Harlem shaking, doing his thing, whatever. Fuck the cameramen though.
Bitches been bitches for a while.
Because I really want their fucking job. I want your job. I think you need to be sized up a little bit when you get these kind of big like these big events, because they should be quizzing you like, hey, do you know the artists that are going to be on here? Because you're going to be shooting them. And if they say, yeah, that's just one tier. Do you know the artists that they may potentially bring out? Can you spot them? Because when somebody's rapping and is not the artist, put the fucking camera on them. Put the camera on the person who has the microphone. You may never know who it is, but you know they got the microphone. Put the camera on them. Like, stop guessing. You don't know who's who. Yeah, you might not know who King Combs is. I do. You may not know who Capadonna is. I do. Bring the job to me, please. So, anyway, like I said, Cam was up there. Ghostface. And he was playing little medleys of songs, whatever. He did the special delivery verse because it slaps. All my mom could tell me to look at is like, look at his hair. She know hair, and she's like, that man got color in his hair. It is. I hope he don't sweat because it's gonna be. He got his nice little white jumpsuit. It's gonna be a problem if he sweats this off, whatever. And Ghostface is Ghostface. He don't get no fucks. Like, Ghostface energy is probably the most. Let me not say underrated, because people respect his energy, but like it is one of the most beautiful things, one of the most beautifulest things in the world is Ghostface energy in his hip hop world. And then he came out and Inspect the Deck. Oh yeah, and we hear, ooh. You hear that? You hear that? Method Man coming out was like, you would have thought it was Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, he came out, everybody went crazy. I'm looking at the video now. Dude behind me went crazy. Everybody went crazy. He did his whole verse. He don't gotta be here. And he looked good, man. Like, Method Man is an attractive man, and he looks great. So I get it. He was showing off his abs for some of the girls on the side. Like, he know what he's doing, man. But they form like Voltron, man. Like I said, Inspect the Deck, Ghostface Killer, Method Man, and Capadonna. Like, it was four members of the Wu-Tang Clan. It was great. No, you hear that. So Kid Capri came on DJ, and Kid Capri is top tier, probably the best DJ ever. Is Kid Capri, and most DJs will tell you that. And he was going through the songs on stage, killing it, rocking the crowd. I love DJs that know how to. Ooh. And this is the one time I'm okay to say, hey, yo, ho, like, give me a ho. Like, you just gotta be hip hop. You gotta breathe it. Good freaking time. And then he, of all people, brings out Derek Jeter, yo. Derek fucking Jeter. Number 2. Legend in 2 games. And y'all know what games we're talking about. I ain't got to say that much. And, we didn't even let him talk. he kept trying to do a little speech like, yo, happy 50th. Shout out to the 50th anniversary. Looking forward for another 50 years. Like, he was a very quick thing. But we couldn't. People was applauding like, yo, they go way back, apparently. It was a good time. And then Fat Joe shows up. And Kool Herc is in the back. I'm looking more at the video now. Kool Herc is in the background the whole night. Kool Herc is old and he is sick. And they kept parading him out. And let me backtrack a little bit. Before this whole thing kicked off, there was a lot of Chuck Schumer, Mayor or whoever, Senator Schumer, Chuck Schumer, a lot of white people just talking about how hip hop started here in 1520 Sedgwick. We saved the building, and there's been so inspiring for people. I'm like, shut the fuck up, white lady. Shut the fuck up. Like, it's no disrespect to you, but disrespect to you. I don't want to hear white people. This is not even me being racist. I don't want to hear white people talking about the birth of hip hop. Period. I don't want to hear it. I was ignoring them so much. Like, I'm looking at them with like the stank face, but I'm like, shut up. Shut up. And but moving right along, Fat Joe came through, took his shirt off. Matter of fact, he didn't have a shirt on to begin with. He had his leather jacket on, leather basketball shorts, and had his stomach hanging. Now, Fat Joe ain't as fat as he used to be. That stomach is still a lot to see. So, and then especially when you bring in Ashanti, next to Ashanti's beautiful, fine, body yaddy yaddy ass, looking amazing. Coochie cutter jean shorts, hair down to the ass crack, just looking good as you want to look, looking just sex appeal. Next to this man with the doughy stomach, with the cottage cheese at the end of it, like it was a lot. But he brought her out. Then KRS One, he brought out KRS One because he's from the fucking Bronx. And KRS is a master of ceremonies, MC to the freaking degree. If you want to make cause we got an artist list, we have a lyricist list. If you want to do an MC list, KRS might reign supreme. KRS, knowledge reign supreme. He might be number 1. He is an MC, and he knows how to do it. He's rapping. He did South Bronx. Then he hit my thing cut off. Then he hit us with the Bridge Is Over, and we just was like, what? Oh, we took it to Bridge Is Over. He did the Bridge Is Over, and my mama's from that era. Her first vinyl record was Criminal Background. Oh, sorry, that can be right. Criminal Minded. Oh, Criminal Minded. The Bridge Is Over. MC Sham, who this record too, performed hours ago because stature is different. Had the crowd going crazy. One of the hardest diss records ever. And we rocking, man. I didn't took off I had my little Biggie jersey that I had, from Melody's when I was DJing for her. Had that on my back, and then he hit it with the Big Pun. R.I.P. Big Pun. Listen, it was a freaking show. DJ Clark Kent came on, and I think he did the smartest thing. He's a great DJ. He's a really, really phenomenal DJ. He didn't really get a chance to show off his skills. I think he's like, you know what? I'm gonna keep it cute and quick. I'm gonna just pay homage to everybody that we lost. Everybody can't be here. So he played you some Soulja Slim, some Mobb Deep for Havoc, played some Tribe for Phife Dawg, played Guru, Shorty Low, like Biggie, of course, Pun. He was playing all things Heavy D, and just going through them. Was like, damn, man. And fast forward, when Wiz Khalifa got on, because at this point, I'm like, yo, we got these names too big for Wiz to have his own set now, and he didn't. Snoop Dogg came through, he brought Wiz on, and Wiz did. It's been a long day without you, my friend. But in the background, the screen was a whole memoriam of everybody we lost. My mom said that she didn't see Black Rob out there, and that's kind of messed up. And I got to go back to see if they actually did miss Black Rob. 'Cause, we can't get everybody. You only got so much time. But they put up Trouble, Mac Miller, and shout out to Rosenberg, Ebro, Laura Styles were there. TT Torres was like one of the moderators, the first one for the Bronx Bombers and like for the women in hip hop. I've never liked her. Her voice is annoying to me, but she cursed so much. Like, I understand we in hip hop, make some noise to motherfucking hip hop. Fucking the Bronx. Fucking Yankee Stadium. Oh, you got fucking kids in the front. Fuck them kids. Like she just was extra profanity, and I'm like, it don't gotta be this way. As much as I curse, it don't gotta be this way. And then, my friend, after Fat Joe, after KRS-One, after Remy Ma, after Lil Kim, after Trina, after Lupe, after Common was there earlier too. After all these people, I think they got on stage and was like, yo, we not. I think that's when Rosenberg and them got on stage like, we not done. We still got more time. Was like, oh, we might have been here for 7 hours at this point. Like, we might have been here. This is the longest day, and it was beautiful. Then they bring Lil Wayne out. Lil Wayne was there, and I'm like, yo, this is the most amazing night of my life. Like, I told my girl the other day, I'm like, I didn't realize how much a big Lil Wayne fan I was until like maybe second year and third year in college. Second year in college, I'm like, damn, I really be playing a lot of Lil Wayne, and like, this is 07, 08, 06, 07, 08. Lil Wayne was on a run, and so it was nice to see him. He had a lot of clothes on. He ended up taking all that off, but he had a lot of clothes on. He wrapped his stuff and had a blunt in hand. Like, it was just typical Lil Wayne shit. It was great. And he ran through the right songs. Started with Mr. Carter. Ouch. Very humble, yo. Very humble. Play Lollipop. Played Mrs. Officer. I'm surprised he plays the song I'm Going In. I'm surprised that he must just know that got a lot of traction. Cause I'm surprised, like, it's not his biggest song, but like, we know it, we love it. And then he did 6 foot 7 foot. Brought out Corey Guns. And listen, the New York jersey, the white New York jersey, just always looks so clean on whoever you put it on. Like, New York jersey, the New York Yankee jersey is undeniable. Oh, he had Tim's on, by the way, too, which Nas said he didn't realize, like, yo, Tim's came out in 1973 too. Like, this is hip hop. Like everything was like just divine. I forgot how you say it, divine order. Like, this was just supposed to happen. So Corey Guns, this is rap. I don't know if I had this whole thing. See if you can hear it. Nope, I talked over it. So Corey Guns finished, and Lil Wayne is like, let me see if I can do my voice. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Guns' son. Like, he knew he fucked up, and I have it on camera. Me and my mom just laughing because, like, he just be high, dog. Like, it was an honest mistake. He high. Peter Guns was just on. Fat Joe also brought Peter Guns on. Uptown, baby. Uptown, baby. For the crown, baby. We get down, baby. I know I'm probably past this hour now, but I don't give a fuck. I'm having a good time. So he's like, Lil Wayne saying, Peter Guns' son. Like Corey's laughing. It was a fun. It was just funny. It was just like pure comedy. And he's like, hey, Corey Guns guys, Peter Guns son. And but it was a good time. Again, more things I just didn't expect to see. I didn't even know Corey Guns still had a relationship with Lil Wayne. We haven't seen him in so long. That was nice to see. And it's in the Bronx on the fucking day. Like it was a good time. And then Lil Wayne was crazy. He takes his shirt off. Like a minstrel, I bleed through the pencil, it leak in a deep in my tablet on my mind. Now write shit because I ain't got time. So he does a Millie. I'm pretty sure he did John too. Yeah, because the people behind me was rapping the hell out of Rick Ross verse that he cut off. And then Ice Cube comes on. I'm not even gonna play this because I've never been an Ice Cube fan. I'm sorry. And although Tony Ayo was being real belligerent and drunk on Drink Champs and being like, Biggie nigga! Over Biggie, nigga! Like, he was really doing a lot, but he ain't wrong. Ice Cube, I know people love Ice Cube. People die for Ice Cube. People, blood, sweat, and tears, Ice Cube. We know the trajectory he made. We know he made Friday. We know he made movies. We know he, was higher learning. Like, family vacation and stuff, whatever, like, ride along. He had a big career. He got a movie stuff early. He did a lot. He did a lot for music though, like NWA. He had his own albums, Bomb Squad. Like he was doing it. So people respect Ice Cube, and Ice Cube is still at 54 years old or however old he is. He is threatening. Like I was just looking at even his dancing. I'm like his fast old dancing. I'm like I'm scared to death. Like he had a whole black Dickie suit on, black bandana, black hat. Like he might kill somebody today. Had his big West Coast fingers on the back of his shirt. And then Snoop Dogg comes through. Now we at the West at this point. Whatever. Snoop Dogg comes through, has a little Pharrell intro on the screen. Pharrell ain't there, but he had a little intro on the screen. And he comes out to drop it like it's hot. And I'm like, ooh, this is looking all right. Whatever. Big Snoop Dogg, D.O. double. He plays the right songs. He plays, Still DRE and Next Episode and even hit the Hold Up. Hey, for you looking for thinking we soft, we don't play. Then around to the next episode. Hey, smoke weed every day. Like he did all that. Heart shaped glasses. Like he was just Snoop Dogg just a pimp, man. He just be cool as hell. So much so he had two stripper poles up there, two strippers dancing their ass off, and my mom was like, "He got a husband. He got a wife at home. Why he dancing on this girl like this?" And granted, I did see him twerk, like grind a little on the girl. I didn't see him dance like that, but I did look away, phone all through it, whatever. She was like, "No, he was grinding. Like he was really, really in there." I'm like, "Oh damn, I must have missed it." So I watched that back on the playback. Everything is there, so on camera. Snoop. He gets on the phone. He's like, "Yo, man, I gotta call somebody, man. I gotta see what's going on." The FaceTime pops up on the screen. It's Too Short. Too Short comes out, plays "Blow the Whistle." Flo Milli apparently has her own rendition of that song, so she comes out and raps to it. And then he brings out Wiz, and they do the tribute. And I think Wiz did "We Them Boys," and he just did "Black and Yellow." He didn't do that though. He did "We Them Boys," and I think he just did 2 songs. It was that, and then the Fast and Furious song, and just seeing how many people have passed. MF Doom, ASAP Yams, like it was a lot. It was definitely it was such a well-rounded Chinks Drugs. It was such a well-rounded concert. Like everybody was there. Every Capital Steez, everybody showed up. And he showed out. And I think like my mom's like, they want to be here. People are fans of these artists. And then we finally get Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh together, like I said. And then we got Lil Wayne, Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, Lil Kim, all these people. And then it's still going. We get Nas, yo. Freaking Nas. Comes out to New York State of Mind. And people going crazy. It's Nas. Like Nas, the same way you can't tell Clark Kent about Biggie, You can't tell people about Nas. Like Nas, people just feel Nas differently. But I won't stop now. And he played the right songs. And even like I said again, I still think to myself like, yo, they're not gonna do this. My mom was like, yo, he ain't playing his new stuff. I'm like, and he got new stuff. We know Nas is still making albums and they're good. Although the general consensus that Madden 2 was it was mid. Play Uchiwali. And my mom was like, he ain't playing no new stuff. And I'm like, he played, made you look. Then he played, he like mine, he played his new stuff. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. But he don't need to. We here for this. And then I hear the doom, 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 that Nobody beat. I'm like, I love this song. There's Nobody joint is fire. I'm like, damn, man, it'd be nice if Lauren was here. But, they probably gonna go through it real quick. He plays it for 2 seconds, brings it back. My mom said she's seen it already. So I saw a little fur in the back already. Fucking brings out Lauryn Hill, dog. Like, I could beat him now. I still get chills, yo. Like, it was just a beautiful intro. Self-degree of behavior. Already. I don't. Apparently. In the Matrix. Y'all complaining about my lateness. Listen, I still have chills. Like, Lauren, I don't know why her star is as big as it is. Like, I know Miseducation of Lauryn Hill shut down a lot. And I think it's funny, Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, Bahamadia, Yo-Yo, we had all these voices before him, but Lauryn Hill is just, it speaks to a lot of people. I feel like Lauryn Hill brought a lot of women into hip hop, and it was a positive feeling. She could rap her ass off, out rap the dudes, out rap her group. Fugees ain't fucking with Lauren. We know what's going on. El Boogie, ooh la la la. She was holding stuff down, and she was positive. She was Afrocentric. Her hair was her hair, dreadlocks, dark skin. That thing, talking like real conscious issues. Like, there was nothing better. Like, she was a real queen, and I think that's what people remember her from. Then she just kind of disappeared. I mean, there was tax evasion, there was a lot of child support. There's a lot of stuff going on, but it's freaking Lauryn Hill, and I got 3 minutes of this. I gotta send it to my mom. 3 minutes, like Lauryn Hill was just. It was Method Man and I'm trying to think who got the biggest applause. Method Man, Lauryn Hill by far got the biggest applause. Lauryn Hill, Ice Cube got a little something. Lauryn Hill got the biggest applause. It was Lauryn Hill show, and then she played a couple joints. Played a good 3-4 songs on her pink tutu and beaded braids and. She had a lot of clothes on. White socks, like she had stockings maybe, heels. And she had heels on with a hoodie. Listen, Lauren's wild, but it don't matter, dog. It's Lauren. And Nas, they have a rapport. They did If I Ruled the World. It was such a beautiful time, yo. It really was a beautiful time. And he thought, Nas could have just shut it down then. Play one mic at the end. And then, I was ready. I could have gone. I was content. I was fine. I was satisfied. We could hop on the road. We got a 2-hour drive back. But Run DMC was here. And they were headlining. And rightfully so. They were not the first rap group. They didn't make the first rap song. But we all know Run DMC impact. Undeniable. They were cool. The style was fresh. I mean, I'm learning from documentaries that Jam Master Jay RIP was really their blood, sweat, and tears is really what fed them. like the name, the clothing, like it all, the attention to detail, the whole design was designed by Jam Master Jay, Adidas sneakers, all that kind of stuff. So I mean, they brought a lot. There are people on the floor with Adidas sneakers. Maybe they got gifted that. I don't know. Everybody had a pair just holding up when Run DMC came out. Reverend Run. He cursed a lot. He said "goddamn" a lot, and I'm like, that's. I didn't say you cursing a lot. Goddamn, it feels like the worst curse. if you in this holy world. But I don't know your life. I don't know his life. I haven't seen him since he's been in that hot tub on MTV and Run's house. But and DMC, looks like DMC, and I don't even know if they had to have paid tribute to Jam Master Jay. There's no way they didn't say his name. But they did. I never was a fan of Mary Mary, that song. Tricky's cool. They played the Peter Piper, and the Rubber. They played Peter Piper. They played Sucker MCs. They played Rob Boss. They played Down with the King. So I mean, they went through it. And my mom was like, "We could leave. You want?" I'm like, "Listen, it's gonna be traffic regardless." So I mean, we here. And again, it's August 11th, 50 years. It is the day of. Everybody's here who's supposed to be here. Only thing that could have made it better was like maybe if a Drake pops up, that might have been caused pandemonium, or a Jay-Z, with the Book of Hove going on and everything, like that would have been great. But I feel like there's Nas and Jay-Z, I feel like they're fine, but like there's always like a little bit bickering. Like they're never always on the same page. I mean, as y'all know, anytime Jay-Z drops, Nas drops something. Anytime Nas drops, Jay-Z drops something. Like there's always some kind of friendly fire. So that would have been the only thing. Like Jay-Z was there, FLL was there, but I know LL was doing his own thing, Rock the Bells. But it was just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful moment, beautiful night. Got back to my car, no harm, no foul. Everybody was just in a peaceful, euphoric bliss, and I took my ass home. We didn't listen. We were there from 4:30 to 1:45, 2 a.m. in the morning. I didn't get home until 4, like 4:30. I had to drop my mom off for like 4:30. Got in the shower, took a gummy, went to bed, slept as long as I could, because I'm just like, and this is a Friday going to Saturday. I'm like, thank God I still got my weekend left, but this is a long ass day, but worth every penny. Best money I ever spent. Best concert I ever been to. Glow in the Dark was always really high. Kanye was Glow in the Dark. Me and Leroy. That's always really high for me. That was one of the best shows I've ever seen. Lupe was there as well. Chris Brown, Rihanna, NERD, Kanye. This here, the amount of star power, like they may not even play the songs you wanted, but they played the right songs. It's 4 songs, in and out, and it was such quick transitions. Like it was not a lot of lollygagging, not a lot of delays. Right to it, yo. It just felt good. And on that note, we can move on, because you know what else felt fucking good? That Alabama Montgomery. That Montgomery, Alabama brawl.